You're saying as long as I can make the female lead regret it, I can return to my original world and even get 300 million in legal income. That's right, host. Moreover, the female lead doesn't know yet that she has ALS. As long as you refuse to divorce her, once her illness acts up, that precious first love of hers who just returned from abroad will abandon her. When that happens, if you stay by her side and take care of her, her regret points will max out right before she dies. Then you'll successfully complete the mission. Ha ha ha. You want me to take care of that toxic, obsessive scumbag of a woman? You're trying to make me play the ultimate sucker, aren't you? Sorry, but no way in hell. You want her regret points maxed out, right? I've got plenty of ways to make her regret it. Lin Tianqing, what are you spacing out for? Have you thought it over? Here's 50 million. As long as you agree to the divorce. It's all yours! Host, whatever you do, don't agree to it. Before the system could even finish, I decisively took the black card from Bai Ningbing's hand. Fine, let's divorce. But you gotta add more money. Seeing me take the black card, Bai Ningbing's face instantly darkened. Lin Tianqing, what kind of trick are you playing now? Just a moment ago you were saying how much you truly loved me. And that you wouldn't agree to a divorce even for 100 million. Couldn't keep up the act anymore, huh? Host, what are you doing? The female lead barely has any feelings for you to begin with. She only sees you as a stand-in. If you divorce her, how are you going to complete the mission? Hurry up and admit that you love her. The system's voice shrieked sharply in my mind. I ignored its frantic yelling in my head and raised my eyes to study Bai Ningbing in front of me. As expected of the famously obsessive and toxic female CEO, fiery red lips paired with big wavy hair, wearing a haute couture suit that made her look glamorous and expensive. But the look in her eyes was as cold as ice. That wasn't the look you give a husband of 3 years. It was more like looking at a piece of trash about to be thrown away. As long as CEO Bai pays up, I can sever all my feelings right this instant and make room for your precious first love. I guarantee I won't pester you. I smiled, pocketing the black card, and picked up the divorce agreement on the table. It's just that 50 million is really too little. This is 3 years of my youth we're talking about. CEO Bai. You are the CEO of the Bai Group, after all, offering such a petty amount. People are going to laugh at you. Lin Tianqing, you really were acting this whole time. You never loved me at all. You only agreed to marry me for the money, didn't you? Bai Ningbing's face darkened even further. The regret meter above her head suddenly shot up by 5 points. The system was completely dumbfounded. The female lead is already feeling regret. Why? Because a yandere's possessiveness is incredibly strong. She might not love you, but she absolutely cannot accept that you don't love her. I coldly twitched the corner of my mouth. CEO Bai, we're all adults here. Talking about love is bad for business. I gave up my career to stay home and be your stand-in. I had to get something out of it, right? For 3 years of my youth and freedom, asking for a little extra compensation. Isn't too much, is it? Has already been propped up by you into a big star. If people find out you dumped me for him, it's going to look bad for both of you. Bai Ningbing gritted her teeth in hatred. Are you threatening me? The original owner of this body was a complete simp. Over the past 3 years, to prove his true feelings for her, he never once spoke to her in this tone. He was even willing to be kept by her side like a pet, without a single word of complaint. Ding dong! The regret points above Bai Ningbing's head jumped another 10 points. The system yelled excitedly. Way to go, host. Shez regretting bringing up the divorce. 100 million plus this villa. An ill sign right now. I have no interest in being a submissive doormat. This divorce is happening today, no matter what. Bai Ningbing glared at me, her eyes full of scrutiny. The regret points above her head fluctuated wildly, before finally dropping back down to 0. Fine. Don't regret this. She coldly ordered the lawyer to revise the divorce agreement. I happily signed my name and urged her to hurry to the Civil Affairs Bureau to process the paperwork. Let's go. They're going to get off work soon. Along the way, Bai Ningbing's face was as black as the bottom of a pot. It wasn't until Chen Zhe called that her expression softened slightly. After getting the divorce certificate and walking out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, Chen Zhe, wearing a mask, came up to greet us. Ningbing, I knew you'd choose me. I've prepared a celebration dinner. Come over to my place tonight, okay? Meeting his provocative gaze, I smiled genuinely. As expected, CEO Bai and Mr. Chen are a much better match. You guys chat?
I won't bother you.
Bai Ningbing shoved him aside and blocked my path with red eyes. Are you really in that much of a hurry to leave me? Don't you have anything to say to me? Oh, almost forgot. I slapped my forehead. Then, in the moment when joy and expectation flashed in her eyes, I made a phone call. Butler Zhang, have someone pack up all of CEO Bai's things in the villa. I don't like having an outsider's belongings in my house. Where to send them? Hold on, let me ask. I covered the receiver and looked at Chen Zhe. Where do you live? Bai Ningbing nearly exploded with anger. She roared. No need.
Just throw it all away.
Lin Tianqing, don't you regret this? She furiously dragged Chen Zhe into the car and sped off in a cloud of dust. I sneered as I watched her taillights fade. I should be the one saying that. Bei Ningbing, are you ready to face my revenge? When the time comes, you better not regret it. When I returned to the villa, the butler was leading the staff in cleaning up, packing away Bei Ningbing's belongings, those designer clothes, bags, and jewelry completely filled 2 large trucks. The butler walked up to me holding an antique chessboard. Mr. Lin, how should we handle this? I looked down. A memory suddenly flooded my mind. This chessboard was the wedding gift the original owner gave Bei Ningbing 3 years ago. Take it to the auction house. Just say it's an antique passed down from Bei Ningbing's ancestors. Even though it's a bit worn, it should still fetch a good price. As for the rest, call a second-hand luxury store to collect them. She doesn't care about them anyway. The butler was highly efficient. In just 2 hours, everything was cleared out. Bei Ningbing's clothes, jewelry, and bags actually sold for 80 million. Looking at the extra digits in my bank account, I was so happy I almost jumped for joy. 100 million from the divorce settlement, plus this 80 million. I'm a multi-millionaire now. The system's voice rang out coldly. Host, if the female lead's regret points stay at 0 for over 24 hours, your mission will be considered a failure, and you will be immediately obliterated. I told you not to divorce. That way, she'd regret not being with her white moonlight every day, and you could have completed the mission just by lying around. Wouldn't that be nice? I sneered back. Right, let that yandere regret it every day. And then find new ways to torture me. You call that an easy win. Is your brain broken? It's only for a month. Just endure it a little. And it'll be fine once her illness acts up. When Chenze runs away, you can take care of her until she dies. And perfectly complete the mission. Stop right there. Getting dumped and still having to serve her until she dies. What kind of spineless loser would do something like that? Besides, why should a scumbag like Chenze get off scot-free? The author of this story must have a screw loose. Not only am I going to make Bei Ningbing regret it, I'm going to make that scumbag regret it too. Do you believe me? The system was furious with me. If you can really make both of them regret it, it'll reward you with an extra 100 years of lifespan in the real world. It's a deal. That night, while soaking in the bathtub, I came up with a perfect plan. Just as I was wondering how to execute it, a trending topic suddenly blew up online. Paparazzi had photographed Bei Ningbing and Chenze having a candlelight dinner together, the hashtag Bei Ningbing. Chen's perfect match shot straight to the #1 trending spot. Netizens' comments instantly flooded the screen. The ice-cold CEO and the handsome actor are such a perfect match. When is that deadbeat stand-in going to get lost? Isn't it obvious? He definitely got dumped. I've hated his guts for a long time. Idling around all day, only knowing how to spend a woman's money. Some people also raise doubts. It's probably just old friends catching up, right? After all, for the past 3 years, CEO Bai has always cared a lot about that deadbeat. I heard she even built a golden cage for him. Don't twist the facts. If she really cared, how could they not even have a wedding? Looking at these online discussions, Bei Ningbing swirled the red wine in her glass, her red lips curling slightly. Lin Tianqing, let's see how long you can keep up this act. For this yandere, even if keeping me as a pet was just to spite Chenze, after living together day and night for 3 years, her possessiveness over me had long seeped into her bones. With her tsundere nature, she could never accept the fact that I suddenly stopped loving her. That's why she was deliberately using this to provoke me. She sent me a message. As long as you admit you still love me, the divorce application can be withdrawn. I almost laughed out loud. Talk about an opportunity knocking on my door. I immediately posted a photo of the dismantled golden cage, along with a censored picture of the divorce agreement online. The caption read, "A bright road ahead. Wishing each other well." This post instantly blew up the internet, completely overshadowing her scandal with Chenze. The system screamed in excitement. Host, Bei Ningbing's regret points just skyrocketed to 50. Bei Ningbing rushed back to the villa overnight with red eyes, only to find that I had already had the locks changed. Lin Tianqing, why did you post the divorce agreement without my permission?
Even if we divorce?
You can only be mine. I recorded the sound of her pounding on the door and yelling, and sent it to Chenze. Bei Ningbing, this time. I'm afraid it's out of your hands. Sure enough, Chenze quickly called. He cursed loudly on the other end. You pretty boy. You're nothing but my stand-in. No matter what tricks you play, you can't compete with me. But Ningbing obviously cares about me a lot. She said it'll always be hers. Don't even think about it. Once she and I get married, you'll be absolutely nothing. When that time comes, I have 10,000 ways to make you get the hell out of the city. After hanging up, the system finally understood my plan. Host, you want them to get married and be locked together? That way, when the female lead's illness acts up, he absolutely won't be able to escape responsibility. They'll both regret it to death. Brilliant. But there's still a 1-month divorce cooling off period. What if they notice something's off? I gave a wicked smile. There is no what if, just watch my performance. The next day, I directly invited my former manager, Sister Yang, out for a meeting. When she heard I wanted to join a cast and act again, she was extremely surprised. CEO Bai has never liked you showing your face in public. Aren't you afraid she'll get mad if you take on a role now? By now, you should have seen that we've officially announced our divorce. She can't control me anymore. Sister Yang looked troubled. Then I'll keep an eye out for some scripts for you, but if CEO Bai disagrees, then there is nothing I can do. She will agree. I confidently saw Sister Yang off and immediately sent a message to Chenzhe. She really does care more about me. She won't even let me act. I heard you're joining a cast soon. Go with peace of mind. I'll make the most of the time to make her see clearly who she loves more. When the time comes, you'll be the one getting the boot. Chenzhe fell for it hook, line, and sinker. He furiously sent a voice message roaring, "You useless piece of trash. Don't even think about it. I'm going to make everyone see clearly who truly deserves her." That very night, I received a call from Sister Yang, saying Bai Ningbing had agreed to let me join a cast. It was even the script she had heavily invested in, tailor-made for Chenzhe. She let me play the second male lead. I heard Chenzhe personally recommended me. The director also felt this would generate more buzz. After all, the drama between the three of us was already known all over the internet. This was built in top-tier traffic. 2 days before joining the cast, Bai Ningbing was at an auction and saw the token of love chessboard I put up for sale. She was so furious she almost lost control on the spot. After buying it back at a high price, she tried to confront me, only to find I had long since blocked her. For the next 7 days, I focused entirely on my styling and image management. The system said Bai Ningbing's regret points had been steadily dropping until the day I showed up on set. The system's voice shrieked like an alarm in my head. Bai Ningbing looked at me, her eyes full of undisguised amazement. The regret points above her head skyrocketed crazily once again. "Host, you're amazing!" Just one smile, and you made her regret it all over again. Why is that? Because the only thing that can defeat a white moonlight is another white moonlight. My appearance right now was exactly the same as it was 3 years ago. Bai Ningbing's memories were instantly triggered. She remembered the times before we got married, remembered how I used to be, with eyes only for her, pouring my heart out for her, completely devoted. And then looking at me now, treating her like she didn't exist. How could she not regret it? Noticing Bai Ningbing's gaze, Chenzhe was going crazy with jealousy. He leaned in close to my ear and said sinisterly, "You're just a cheap knockoff and you dare compete with me. I'll make her completely despise you." "Really? Then could you hurry up? I'm actually in a bit of a rush. After all, there are only 20 days left in the divorce cooling off period. If Bai Ningbing backs out and refuses to divorce when the time comes, all my previous efforts will be completely wasted." "Don't get cocky. Just you wait and see." Chenzhe thought I was deliberately provoking him. He stepped back in anger and tripped headfirst into the wrap party cake. Amidst the gasps of the crowd, he looked at his cream-covered suit and said with red eyes, "Lin Tianqing, I know you've always disliked me, but you need to separate work from your personal life. Please be a little more professional, and don't use public office to avenge private wrongs." "Okay." Bai Ningbing's face instantly turned cold. The regret points above her head dropped significantly. "Don't be sad. I'll buy you a new one. Let's just film for now." Everyone could see that Bai Ningbing favored Chenzhe, so they started making things difficult for me at every turn. When doing wire work, they deliberately hoisted me to the highest point, then falsely claimed there was an equipment malfunction, leaving me hanging and baking under the scorching sun. The wires dug into me until I was dizzy and seeing stars. When acting opposite me, Chenzhe took advantage of my lack of acting experience and deliberately messed up the scenes, causing me to constantly NG. He even had people edit these clips and post them online. Netizens once again launched a verbal crusade against me. This deadbeat got dumped by the CEO, yet he still has the nerve to stay in her company's production. His acting is absolute garbage, and he has zero professionalism. No wonder he could only be a stand-in. Being despised by everyone, Bai Ningbing started to feel guilty towards me. She felt that it was because she kept me caged for 3 years that I had turned out this way. She started visiting the set every day, terrified that I was being bullied. The way she looked at me became increasingly complex. The regret points above her head shot up rapidly, but I knew very well in my heart this was nothing more than a Yandere's paranoia and possessiveness acting up. People like her are just gluttons for punishment. The more you ignore her, the more she cares. I had to add more fuel to the fire and completely lock her and Chenzhe together. So I got someone to take pictures of Chenzhe on set, taking the initiative to get close to Bai Ningbing, wiping her sweat, and feeding her food. These intimate scenes were all posted anonymously online. The internet instantly boiled over. People were screaming about how sweet it was, and speculating if the two were about to tie the knot. At first, Bai Ningbing would step forward to deny it, but she couldn't withstand Chenzhe's endless little tricks. He would casually show off their couple watches during live streams, deliberately drag her back to his place after work, and even initiate kisses with her in the nanny van. All these moments were captured by the paparazzi and posted online. The CP fans screamed that they were fed so well, begging the two to make it official. Just like that, 20 days passed. The public hype grew higher and higher, and the divorce cooling-off period for Bai Ningbing and me finally ended. The system told me that Bai Ningbing still had 30 regret points. This meant she still didn't want to divorce me. My heart tightened. I hurriedly, on the night before getting the divorce certificate, continued to provoke Chen Zhe. I deliberately pulled Bai Ningbing out of my blacklist and sent her a message, asking her, if I don't want a divorce, what will you do tomorrow? She seemed exceptionally excited and immediately called me. I didn't answer. The chat box quickly showed typing. Then we won't divorce. It'll figure something out with a Z. As long as you can get along with him, leave everything else to me. I let out a cold laugh, took a screenshot of the chat and sent it straight to Chen Zhe. See that? Your little scheme is about to fall through? Chen Zhe furiously typed and deleted repeatedly, before finally sending just one sentence. Just you wait. Tomorrow, I will absolutely make her divorce you and marry me. My hanging heart finally settled. I laughed out loud. The next day, at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau, just as Bai Ningbing was about to withdraw the divorce application, a massive crowd of media reporters carrying cameras, along with CP fans holding flowers and light signs, suddenly swarmed in. Under Bai Ningbing's stunned gaze, Chen Zhe, dressed in a sharp suit, holding roses and a diamond ring, got down on one knee. Ningbing, we've already missed out on 20 years. Let's not miss out on any more, okay?
Marry me.
Wow. Without waiting for Bai Ningbing to answer, he turned his head to look at me. Mr. Lin, thank you for the past 3 years of taking care of and accompanying Ningbing. From now on, I hope you can draw a clear line with her. After all, you're already in the past. Bai Ningbing tried to pull him up, but his eyes turned red. Ningbing, do you really care about him more? If that's the case, after finishing this movie, I'll leave and never bother you two again. In the end, the childhood sweetheart White Moonlight still had the upper hand. Bai Ningbing couldn't bear to let him lose face in front of everyone. She nodded and accepted his proposal. Chen Zhe cheered, stood up and hugged her tightly. Then hurry up and get the divorce certificate with him. Ningbing, I want to marry you right now. Marry him. Bai Ningbing looked hesitant, but she couldn't withstand the crowd's cheering. Ultimately, she nodded. Finally, I got the divorce certificate just as I wished. I also watched with my own eyes as they, under the witness of the entire internet, got their marriage certificate. The netizens I had arranged started raising doubts in the live comments. Could this just be a publicity stunt for the new movie? I don't buy it. No way, that marriage certificate looks fake. If I were the CEO, I definitely wouldn't divorce. Wouldn't it be better to just keep both of them? Chen Zhe was so furious he immediately posted an official announcement on Weibo, showing off the marriage certificate and tagging Bai Ningbing, you are my lost and found destiny. From now on, I will love you forever. Me too. At this point, the entire internet was filled with blessings. I completely breathed a sigh of relief. This way, even if Bai Ningbing's illness acts up, there is absolutely no way Chen Zhe can escape responsibility. Chen Zhe smugly leaned into my ear and chuckled. Ha ha ha. You'll never beat me. Ha 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 ha. Not bad. I hope you can still laugh in a little bit. What? Just as his voice fell, Bai Ningbing, who was standing to the side, suddenly collapsed straight to the ground. Reporters and fans instantly let out screams.
No way?
What's wrong with her? Chen Zhe's face instantly turned deathly pale. He hurriedly rushed over to help her up. Whoa.
What's wrong?
Don't scare me. Hurry. Wake up. Bai Ningbing hadn't completely lost consciousness. Her eyes were filled with terror and confusion. Her hands desperately clawed at the ground, trying to prop her body up, only to find her arms felt like they were frozen solid, completely unable to move. She tried to speak, but her throat could only let out short, gasping sounds. Someone shrieked a reminder, quick, call an ambulance. Chen Zhe finally snapped out of his daze, and with trembling hands took out his phone and dialed 911. The reporter's camera flashes went off nonstop, capturing the entire scene and posting it online. In the footage, Chen Zhe was pale as a ghost, holding Bai Ningbing, looking so helpless that the whole internet felt sorry for him. He really loves her so much. Seeing her in trouble has so worried he looks like he lost his soul.
Exactly.
That deadbeat ex-husband can't even compare. Hez just standing on the side, cold-bloodedly watching the show.
Spit.
The CEO really married the right person this time. You only see true love in critical moments. These trending topics directly elevated Chen Zhe into a deeply affectionate and righteous good man. The hospital's test results came out quickly. Bai Ningbing had ALS. The hashtag Heaven Envies Genius rapidly climbed the trending charts. How could a beautiful CEO get this kind of disease? Oh my God, this disease is irreversible. Thank goodness she now has her childhood sweetheart, her true love husband, by her side. If it were that deadbeat ex-husband, he probably would have packed his bags and run off by now.
Exactly.
Thank goodness our brother is with our sister. This is unquestionable. Netizens flooded into Chen Zhe's social media accounts, cheering him on in the comments section. Brother, you're so responsible. Rumors were locking in on you for life. You and sister must stay healthy and grow old together. We will always be with you. Outside the hospital ward, Chen Zhe was so furious he almost crushed his phone. Lin Tianqing, did you know something all along? This was all your scheme, wasn't it? He roared furiously over the phone. On my end, I casually cleaned my ear. Mr. Chen, watch your words. The doctor said Bai Ningbing hasn't had a checkup in half a year, which is why the disease dragged on until it acted up. Do you think I'm a psychic?
Haven't you always wanted to kick me aside and marry her?
What? Now that you got your wish, you're starting to regret it. I laughed out loud. CEO Chen, you were smiling pretty smugly when you got the certificate this morning.
Why so quiet now?
Can you stop laughing?
You bitch.
Stop gloating over my misfortune.
Arg!
With a loud crash, the sound of a phone shattering came through the receiver. The call abruptly ended. Just thinking about Chen Zhe's exasperated, on the verge of a breakdown look. I laughed so hard in the villa I could barely stand straight. The system couldn't help but laugh too. Host, this move of yours is way too ruthless. Chen Zhe is probably regretting it so much he wants to jump off a building right now. Now, do you believe me? Next, it'll show you what it truly means to destroy someone from the inside out. Early the next morning, I went to the hospital carrying gifts and flowers. Bai Ningbing lay on the hospital bed with her eyes closed, breathing. An oxygen mask covered half her face. Her right hand, hooked up to an IV, was still continuously trembling slightly, the doctor said. This was a sign of continuous motor neuron necrosis. After only the three of us were left in the ward, Chen Zhe couldn't keep up the act anymore. He questioned me with red eyes. Did you come here specifically to laugh at me? I shook my head, placed the items on the bedside table, and said with feigned comfort, I can understand how you feel right now. ALS truly is irreversible and incurable, but with Ningbing's financial resources, maintaining a high quality of life for over 10 years is entirely possible. So you don't need to worry too much. Just spend more time with her and take good care of her. These words instantly triggered Chen Zhe. He blew his top right then and there. Stop shedding crocodile tears. You must be overjoyed inside, right? Glad that you divorced her, leaving me stuck with this cripple. What are you still pretending for? I sharply noticed Bai Ningbing's eyelids twitch slightly. The system's voice came through in a low whisper. Host, she can hear us. Her regret points are moving. I immediately put on a look of absolute heartbreak and said with a choked voice, you know perfectly well how much I've always loved her. All this time, I was just putting on an act to save face, just forcing myself to pretend. It's because she loves you more and chose you that I deliberately pushed her away, even if it made her resent me. That's why she harbored resentment. But since she chose to marry you, I only hope she can live well. A few tears fell onto the back of Bai Ningbing's hand. Her eyelashes fluttered slightly. In the original novel, it was like this too. The male supporting character thought she was unconscious and said a lot of mocking things. Only then did Bai Ningbing realize in hindsight how deep the male lead's love for her was and started regretting not choosing him. If I don't put on a good show today, how is she going to see clearly whether her white moonlight is a man or a monster? Bitch, you make it sound so nice. The fire isn't burning you, so of course you don't feel the pain. Chen Zhe was jumping mad. I wiped my tears and continued. That night I said I didn't want to divorce her, but in the end, she still chose you. As a stand-in, I accept my defeat. After 3 years, I finally understand that you can't force love. In begging you, I deliberately choked up, pretending I couldn't catch my breath, thinking of the saddest things in my life, just to make the acting more realistic. I beg you, treat her well. The rest of her life is still long. If you're the one by her side, I think she'll be very happy. Shut the hell up. Who are you trying to disgust with this act? Lin Tianqing, you want to screw me over? No way. Mr.
Chen.
Please stop saying these things out of spite. Ningbing is your wife now. You said in front of everyone that you would love her forever. If you can't do it, where does that leave her dignity? When I married her, she was perfectly fine. I never said, I'd take care of a living corpse for the rest of my life. Chen Zhe angrily roared these words. I clutched my chest, showing an expression of utter disbelief. The doctor said, she can hold on for at most 10 more years. Can you not even wait 10 years? Like a cat whose tail had been stepped on. He jumped up and cursed. 10 years. Do you know what 10 years means for an actor like me? 10 years is enough to completely erase me from the stage. It'll be forgotten, eliminated. You want me to give up my rising career to revolve around someone who can't move, can't speak, a living corpse, serving her every meal and bathroom break. My career, my life, everything will be ruined. If I knew this would happen, I never would have returned to the country, insisting on fighting a piece of trash like you for this useless position. His face was twisted with regret. He tightly grabbed my hand and said, how about I divorce her and let you have her? I don't care what these brain-dead domestic fans say. I'm going back abroad to develop my acting career. I noticed Bai Ningbing's hand twitch. The system shouted excitedly, host, Bei Ningbing's regret points have gone up to 70.
What did you say?
Chen Zhe, do you not love Ningbing at all? Were you just after her money and status?
Don't be naive.
Aren't you the same? Willing to be my stand-in just to cling to her for 3 years? I don't believe you weren't doing it for her money. He showed a look of disdain. Otherwise, would you have divorced her so easily? For 100 million. And that villa. I took out the black card I had prepared long ago from my pocket and handed it to him. I left her, only to make her happy. That 100 million divorce settlement, plus the money from selling her things. And the villa. It's all in this card. A total of 230 million. Really? I've checked. This disease is extremely draining. Every month, the treatment fees for a top medical team, equipment, and medication,
Plus the caregiver's salaries.
will cost at least 3 to 4 million. Take this card and use it for now. He furiously slapped the black card away. This little bit of money isn't nearly enough for 10 years of expenses. Do you know what she's facing right now?
Eat the buy group.
The Bay Group's stock hit the limit down right at the opening bell. The shareholders jointly convened a meeting, demanding that as soon as she wakes up, she signs a power of attorney to have her billions in shares and assets completely isolated and put into a trust. Her money has absolutely nothing to do with me anymore. I maintain my look of disbelief, but this way, she can get the fairest and best treatment.
Did you really marry her?
Just for her money? Chen Zhe completely tore off his disguise. I traveled thousands of miles back to this country to marry her. I had to be after something, right? Now that the movie has stopped filming, I have no reason to stay here with her and waste my youth. Bei Ningbing's regret points have gone up to 80. The system immediately announced. With a look of deep sorrow, I tightly held Bei Ningbing's hand. If I had known you were this kind of person, I never would have pretended to let go so easily and given you my blessing. Chen Zhe laughed, his tone full of mockery. It's not too late for you to regret it now. I won't stop you from taking care of her. When she wakes up, I'll ask for a divorce and let you two be together. After all, I have a boundless future ahead of me. It's better for a useless loser like you to be with a cripple like her. After saying that, he impatiently pushed the door open and walked out. I sat by the hospital bed, picked up the water cup from the table, and pretended to accidentally spill water on Bei Ningbing's face. Using the water droplets to fake tears, her eyelids fluttered crazily, but she ultimately couldn't open them. Facing Chen Zhe, I could still force out some tears. But facing her like this, I had to try hard to hold back my laughter. It took everything I had to hold it in. I began my tragic confession to her, recalling every little detail of the past 3 years. In my mind, memories from before I transmigrated into the book's surface, the original owner's memories. The day Chen Zhe returned to the country, Bei Ningbing excitedly abandoned the original owner and a table full of food, just to go pick him up. The original owner stopped her, begging bitterly, "Don't go, if you still love me."
Please, don't go.
But Bei Ningbing impatiently pushed him away, her eyes cold. "Know your place. I have never loved you." The original owner, utterly disheartened, let go and watched her leave, then got dead drunk all by himself. "Ningbing, even knowing that you were always looking at someone else through me, I was still willing to stay by your side. But this dream had to end eventually." I couldn't believe it. So the original owner completely lost the will to live because of this, which allowed me to transmigrate over. I quickly followed this memory and continued making things up. The day you said you wanted a divorce, I was so desperate inside that I brought up all those conditions to provoke you. Actually, the money meant nothing to me. I just wanted to salvage a pitiful bit of dignity and pride for myself. You know perfectly well that in our 3 years together, I never once asked to spend your money. Those things you gave me, I couldn't even bear to use them. I held her hand, pretending to choke up. All thunder and no rain.
I wanted that villa.
Only because it was filled with our memories. I didn't want Chen Zhe to live there. I wanted to guard that house, just like guarding you when you were still by my side. I was almost so disgusted by my own words, I couldn't keep making them up. Suddenly, Chen Zhe's cold voice rang out from behind me. "I was wondering why you were always so unwilling to divorce." And then suddenly gave in. "So it was just a game of playing hard to get. Lin Tianqing, why didn't you just ask her for more money back then? That way maybe I wouldn't have had to marry her." I was almost amused by his shamelessness. Noticing Bei Ningbing's hand starting to tremble again, I quietly tucked her hand back under the blanket. The original novel mentioned that the reason Chen Zhe suddenly ran off abroad back then was because Bei Ningbing's father's company ran into trouble. Old Master Bai suffered a sudden heart attack and was hospitalized. Chen Zhe embezzled the company's money and fled abroad overnight. Later, Bei Ningbing begged everyone she could and teamed up with partners to turn the tide, barely saving the company. But Old Master Bai couldn't be saved. Bei Ningbing, precisely because of this resentment and hatred, turned into the paranoid yandere she is today. She absolutely hated Chen Zhe for leaving without a word and chased him all the way abroad. But Chen Zhe's acting was just too good. He hugged Bei Ningbing, crying bitterly. saying he was forced by circumstances back then. He even pushed all the blame onto the deceased old master Bai, claiming the old man had stopped them from being together, and gave him a large sum of money, forcing him to leave. After hearing this, Bai Ningbing immediately forgave him and asked him to return to the country with her. But Chen Zhe was afraid that this yandere would take the opportunity to torture him. So he cried and said, "Ningbing, I swore before my parents' memorial tablets that I would never get involved with you again. Forget about me." It was exactly because of this that Bai Ningbing later took a liking to the original owner, who looked similar to him, and treated him as a stand-in. To put it bluntly, he was nothing more than a tool for her unrequited love. Later, as her business grew bigger and bigger, Chen Zhe naturally wasn't willing to let a stand-in occupy such a good position. "Chen Zhe, returning to the country to ruin our divorce was your plan all along, wasn't it? Or did you come back not just for Ningbing, but because you had a falling out with that rich girl abroad?" I asked this based on the spoilers the system gave me. Sure enough, Chen Zhe's face instantly changed.
How did you know?
Back then, after he embezzled the money and fled abroad, it didn't take long before he was scammed into an underground casino and lost everything. At that time, he was drowning in gambling debts and almost had both his hands chopped off. Coincidentally, because he was fairly good-looking, he caught the eye of the casino boss' daughter. After they got together, the boss' daughter spent a fortune hiring people to teach him acting, allowing him to successfully debut. Abroad, an Eastern face like his was already rare among male actors. Chen Zhe quickly let it go to his head, feeling that the boss daughter's background wasn't presentable enough. That's when he thought of hooking back up with the clean background.
Wealthy Bai Ningbing.
To return to the country, he was almost hunted down by the casino's people. When Bai Ningbing spent money to settle these matters for him, she had asked for the reason, but he brushed it off as an industry dispute. In the original novel, he later abandoned the sick Bai Ningbing and went back to apologize to the boss daughter. The two even got back together. I can only say that foreigners are just too simple-minded. They believed whatever he said. Don't worry about how I know. I'm just thinking about Ningbing's future happiness. Since you chose Ningbing, I hope you can be wholehearted and stop being half-hearted. You're all she has in her future. Chen Zhe, don't let her down. Chen Zhe smiled.
I have an idea.
I don't know if you'd be willing. He proposed that for the time being he would play along, to calm the public opinion and trending topics online. Once the time was right, he would ask Bai Ningbing for a divorce and head straight back abroad. I was stunned by his sheer shamelessness. What do you mean? Chen Zhe sighed hypocritically. I'm doing this for your own good. After all these days, I finally realized that the person I love most is Liu Ruyan.
Not Bai Ningbing?
You love her so much, and she just happens to need someone who truly loves her to take care of her. This way, it's a win-win-win situation. Isn't that great? I sharply noticed that the blanket covering Bai Ningbing started shaking crazily. The system said her regret points were fluctuating wildly, looking like she was about to go insane. I quickly struck while the iron was hot.
But what if Ningbing doesn't agree?
Don't worry. Once she realizes that you're the only one who truly loves her and treats her like a treasure, she'll definitely agree. Chen Zhe looked completely confident, if he already had a plan. I pretended to bid her a reluctant farewell, then quietly followed behind, wanting to see what he was really up to. Sure enough, not long after I left, Chen Zhe began his performance. He specifically invited a large group of reporters to gather around the hospital bed and film. He leaned over the bed, tightly holding Bai Ningbing's hand, tears falling like rain. Ningbing, God is so unfair to you. Don't worry. I will always stay by your side. I will never leave you. Bai Ningbing's brows were tightly furrowed. She seemed to want to pull her hand back, but was completely powerless. Hiding in the crowd, I saw it all clearly. A few tears seeped from the corners of her eyes. The reporters hurriedly snapped photos, sighing in admiration at this epic, tear-jerking love story. I was the only one who almost laughed out loud. Those tears were probably squeezed out of Bai Ningbing from pure rage. She was already a paranoid and aloof yandere, hearing the person she loves say these things. She probably hated him so much she wanted to tear him apart on the spot. Unfortunately, her body no longer allowed her to do so. Now, let's just sit back and see how this yandere fights back. I felt a surge of satisfaction in my heart. When I left, I still kept my guard up. I hired a 24-hour caregiver and got a private detective to keep an eye on Chen Zhe at all times. If Chen Zhe was even more vicious than I imagined, and tried to find a way to kill Bai Ningbing directly, my mission would be completely ruined. Even though the system kept comforting me, saying that wouldn't happen, I still felt it was better to be safe than sorry. After arranging everything, I drove to a new real estate sales center. I pulled out the black card that Chen Zhe had just rejected and slammed it grandly on the table. Show me the most luxurious Riverview apartments you have here. Over the next few days, I started enjoying life in every way possible. Every day, I was surrounded by different beautiful women, living a life of absolute indulgence. After all, it'd have to return to the real world sooner or later, and I couldn't take this money with me. But every morning, I would show up looking completely haggard, not even washing my face, and rush to the hospital to talk to Bai Ningbing. The doctor said that under the effects of the medication, she would often fall into a coma. But I knew very well in my heart, he could hear everything. All those cheesy, fake affectionate words I said, he took them all in. The system said that every time before I went to the hospital, Bai Ningbing had to listen to Chen Zhe's endless complaints and curses. So the moment I said those words, she would cry in regret. The regret points kept skyrocketing until Chen Zhe finally lost his patience and didn't want to keep up the act anymore. But Bai Ningbing woke up right on cue. She looked at Chen Zhe, who was feigning pleasant surprise, and cooperatively nestled into his arms to cry. Chen Zhe held her, comforting her softly. The reporters captured this exact moment. It sparked another trending topic about their fairy tale romance. Netizens praised him left and right, calling him a rare, good man who never abandoned his sick wife. But the moment the reporters left, Chen Zhe couldn't hide the disgust on his face. He shoved her away, and then called me to come to the hospital. The moment Bai Ningbing saw me, she immediately threw herself at me, hugging me and sobbing loudly. Chen Zhe quickly took the opportunity to speak up. Ningbing, do you want to keep seeing him forever? If so, let's just get a divorce. I stood up abruptly, cutting him off with a look of absolute resolve. Ningbing, the doctor said you can't take any more emotional stimulation, since I cause you so much pain. I'll never appear in front of you again. After saying that, I didn't follow the usual script. I just turned around and walked away. Chen Zhe chased after me, furious and exasperated, but he couldn't catch up to me at all. The system laughed out loud in my mind. Host, those two are probably dying of regret right now.
We're hitting the jackpot.
In the days that followed, I continued living a life of drunken indulgence. I even deliberately hired people to post videos of it online. The netizens all cursed me, the ex-husband, for being an ungrateful wretch, while praising Chen Zhe to the heavens, saying he was the true perfect husband. Chen Zhe was hoisted up onto this pedestal of the perfect husband, stuck between a rock and a hard place. He had no choice but to grit his teeth and stay at the hospital to care for Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing's temper grew worse and worse. She would constantly curse at him, hit him, and smash things to vent her anger. Chen Zhe really couldn't take it anymore. He kept urging me to go to the hospital, saying he wanted to fulfill his promise and give Bai Ningbing back to me. In the hospital, under the watchful eyes of numerous media reporters, Chen Zhe broke down in tears, recounting how hard it had been to care for Bai Ningbing recently. He said Bai Ningbing called out my name every single day. He had done his absolute best to care for her and keep her company, but her heart only belonged to me, her ex-husband. So, I'm willing to step aside and let you two be together. Ningbing, Lin Tianqing, are you willing? Bai Ningbing looked at me with tear-filled eyes and had someone bring out the chessboard she had photographed back then. Lin Tianqing. During the time I was in a coma, I finally realized who truly loves me. I've also seen my own heart clearly. Come back to me, okay? Both she and Chen Zhe were absolutely certain that I would excitedly agree, but to their surprise, a look of pain crossed my face, and I slowly shook my head, rejecting her. Ningbing, some things, once broken, can never be put back together, just like this chessboard. Do you still remember what you said? When I first gave it to you, a memory, like a scene from a movie, suddenly flooded into Bai Ningbing's mind. That year, I was still a rookie under an entertainment agency, brought along to attend a banquet. Bai Ningbing was playing chess with someone at the time. The moment she saw my face clearly, she accidentally knocked over a candlestick. The flames quickly ignited the velvet tablecloth, swallowing up the unfinished game of chess, and also burning the only chessboard. Her grandfather had left her. That night, Bai Ningbing got dead drunk. I stayed by her side the whole time, listening to her talk about her past. As we kept talking, Bai Ningbing suddenly leaned in and kissed me.
Z.
Don't leave me, okay? My face flushed bright red, and I softly reminded her that my name was Lin Tianqing, but she turned a deaf ear to it. She grabbed my hand, and the burning affection and frantic emotions made both of us completely lose our reason. We held each other tightly and spent an absurd, passionate night together. It wasn't until she sobered up the next morning that Bai Ningbing realized she had slept with the wrong person. I also knew I wasn't good enough for her, so I quietly put on my clothes, ready to leave, but she stopped me. Wrapped in a blanket, she gently stroked my face, her eyes soft. Do you know why I lost control? When I saw you yesterday, because you look so much like him. I was just about to ask her who he was, but seeing her face full of sorrow, that beautiful, tragic sorrow completely made me fall for her. I fell in love with her. I willingly became her stand-in, became the window through which she looked at someone else, sinking into night after night of absurd passion, until one day, she suddenly asked me, did I want to marry her? Before I could answer, she scoffed at herself. Forget it. You're definitely just like him, unwilling to give up your dreams for me. I wanted to prove to her that I was different from the others. So when I heard that the filming location for a wilderness survival show was in Yunling, I immediately signed the contract. just to find a piece of old red sandalwood that could repair her chessboard. I climbed treacherous peaks and nearly lost my life in the miasma forest. Bei Ningbing, as the show's sponsor, personally led a team to find me. When they did, I was running a high fever, clutching that piece of red sandalwood for dear life, muttering, and Ningbing, don't. I found the material to fix your chessboard. It was also on that day that Bai Ningbing decided to marry me. She said, Lin Tianqing, stay by my side for the rest of your life. Okay. I agreed to all her conditions without hesitation. No wedding ceremony, no banquet, and I would never step foot in the entertainment industry again after marriage. But what I got in return, 3 years later, was her abandoning me without a second thought for her first love. Ningbing, I do love you, but I can't be with you anymore, because doing so wouldn't be fair to either of us. I fought back the stinging tears in my eyes and said in a calm voice, my 3 years as a stand-in were ended by your own choice. I don't want to gamble anymore, and I can't afford to either.
I'm sorry.
After saying that, ignoring the utter shock on both their faces, I turned and walked straight away. The system screamed in my mind. Host, the female lead's regret points have hit 95. We're just 5 points away. Now it all depends on Chen Zhe's performance. The whole internet saw me reject their request to get back together. Some netizens who used to hate on me started to see me in a new light. I didn't expect him to have so much backbone. He clearly had the chance to remarry and build a devoted lover persona, but he just flat out refused. Why do I feel like CEO Chen is a bit fake? If he really loved her, he wouldn't make a request like that in front of so many people. This is too ridiculous. Facing all these doubts online, Chen Zhe grew more and more frustrated, but there was nothing he could do. He could only bite the bullet and keep up his perfect husband persona. After all, that powerful heiress abroad had just rejected his request to reconcile and even threatened to kill him if he dared to return to her country. Naturally, I had a hand in that too. I recorded all of Chen Zhe's actions on video and sent them to that heiress, letting her see right through Chen Zhe's selfish and hypocritical true colors. Forced to behave, Chen Zhe started changing his strategy, using his devoted lover persona to rake in money. Taking on endorsements, Bai Ningbing was also extremely cooperative with him. Until the day of her 30th birthday, Chen Zhe had negotiated several brand sponsorships, and under the watchful eyes of the entire internet, presented Bai Ningbing with 30 birthday gifts. Bai Ningbing's expression was completely indifferent. After clinking glasses with him, she said she also had a gift for him. Then, in front of the whole internet, she played all the videos she had secretly recorded over the past few days. In the footage, Chen Zhe was at home making soup, a vicious look on his face as he added sleeping pills to it. How much longer until you just disappear? Don't even think about trapping me in this cage forever. In the hospital room, after feeding Bai Ningbing the soup, he confirmed she was asleep, and then spat viciously right on her face. Next, he called his manager, telling him to arrange a safe place, and then drove off in his supercar the next morning at dawn. After partying all night, he put on a haggard, exhausted look again, and sat guarding Bai Ningbing's bedside. The live stream's chat instantly exploded, so his deep devotion was all an act.
What absolute scumbag behavior?
That's so disgusting. How can someone be so hypocritical and evil? All the color instantly drained from Chen Zhe's face. He roared at her to turn off the stream, but Bai Ningbing just laughed maniacally, laughing until tears streamed down her face.
I was wrong.
I really know I was wrong. Lin Tianqing, do you see this? I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. I'm the one who let you down, who betrayed.
Your love
For this piece of trash. I hurt you. Today, I'm going to make amends to you. As she spoke, black blood suddenly seeped from the corners of her mouth. Chen Zhe turned pale with fright. Suddenly, he felt a sharp, twisting pain in his internal organs and fell to his knees on the floor.
What did you put in there?
Just the price to end all of this.
You broke our original promise.
So now we're going to stay here forever. The viewers in the live stream were terrified and frantically called the police, but it was all too late. Chen Zhe's eyes bulged wide, a gurgling sound coming from his throat. He spewed out a mouthful of black blood and died right on the spot. Bai Ningbing forced herself to hold on, using her last breath to dial my number. I know I was wrong. I'm begging you, just say it one more time. Tell me you love me, please. I took a deep breath and delivered the final lethal blow. Bai Ningbing. I'm not Lin Tianqing. The Lin Tianqing who loved you died a long time ago. You killed him with your own hands. All the light instantly vanished from Bai Ningbing's eyes, leaving nothing but despair. Finally, her strength gave out and she slumped into her wheelchair. Congratulations, host, on completing the mission. The female lead's regret points have reached 100%. Do you wish to return to the real world immediately? I didn't hesitate for a second and nodded right away. The next second, I was back on the side of the road, where I had been hit and killed by a car. My phone suddenly vibrated, popping up a text message notification: your bank card ending in XXX has received an interbank transfer of 300 million yuan. I gripped my phone, my heart pounding with excitement. The system's fading laughter echoed in my mind. Congratulations, host. The extra reward of 100 years of lifespan has also been credited to your account. I hope you enjoy your life to the fullest. I smiled. Now this is my true satisfying protagonist life.